The approval of Andretti as a new team in F1. From bizarre driving skills himself to owning his own Formula One team, it's a momentous day as Andretti Cadillac inches closer to becoming the 11th team in Formula One. But hold on, this story isn't just about celebrations and green lights. We've got a twist that's making headlines and raising a ton of questions. Will this new team really make it to the grid, or are we heading for a legal showdown that nobody saw coming? What does this mean for the world of motorsport? Why is there hesitation around welcoming in a new team into the F1 family? And how might this decision impact the sport's future? Too many questions, right? Well, don't worry. We'll answer all of these questions in this one video, so stay tuned until the end. And here's everything you need to know about Mario Andretti coming onto the F1 grid. In the year 2023, the quest for a new addition to the Formula One grid has been a topic of ongoing discussion, marked by some heated debates. Before this, Andretti emerged as the lone contender chosen by the FIA to enter the final stage of the application process, a stage involving critical commercial negotiations with Formula One itself. This phase, however, promises to be the most intricate. At its core, this challenge hinges on Andretti's ability to persuade the custodian of commercial rights in F1 to let go of a long-standing objection. The essence remains the same: demonstrate that adding an 11th slice to the revenue will not only benefit Andretti, but also foster commercial growth for Formula One as a whole. While financial viability on the track is vital, it's equally crucial to present a compelling business case to Formula One. They retain the authority to decline a commercial agreement, even if it might lead to controversy, complications, and potential legal disputes. This backdrop, coupled with the ongoing nature of the process, explains why Formula One's reaction to the FIA's announcement was a simple, almost reluctant acknowledgement. They've acknowledged the FIA's conclusions and will now embark on their own assessment of the remaining application. Andretti has received formal backing from the FIA, which, to many, signals the arrival of an 11th team. Yet these ongoing commercial discussions threaten to prolong the entire process and, worse still, potentially lead to a fruitless outcome. If an agreement isn't reached, there won't be a Concord deal for Andretti Cadillac, and consequently, no share of the prize money. Legal disputes over the right to compete in F1 could ensue, all while Formula One can't showcase the Andretti Cadillac cars on television. This could spiral into a convoluted, costly, and farcical legal battle that leaves us questioning the purpose of it all, especially if a positive outcome seems increasingly unlikely. The FIA seemed eager to explore the potential new entrants, like an adventurer seeking hidden treasures. On the other hand, Formula One appeared disinterested in even considering the possibility. This disconnect wasn't a new occurrence. It happened before when Haas was granted the last new F1 entry, and it happened back in 2010 when 4 teams were welcomed to the grid. Back then, it seemed like everyone was on the same page, believing that adding new teams was a positive move. When approval was given, it was a straightforward process. But this time around, it's a different story. Out of a short list of 4 carefully vetted candidates, only one has been recommended for the next phase, and it's a phase that's likely to stretch on for several months. This backdrop is set against a year or more of senior figures in Formula One, along with nearly every competing team, making it abundantly clear that they're not sold on the idea of expanding the grid. The rhetoric surrounding this issue has only added to the confusion. For those who believe that FIA approval is all Andretti needed, there could be a rude awakening in the near future. Some folks think Formula One just needs to go through the motions, ticking a few boxes as if it's a mere formality. Others assume that Formula One wouldn't risk backlash by rejecting Andretti, especially given their partnership with a major player like General Motors. But that might be underestimating Formula One's determination and willingness to take this matter to the legal arena if necessary. Ever since FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem kicked off this process back in February, this outcome felt almost inevitable. It came with a risk clearly in sight. The FIA might give the team a green light, only for Formula One to reject it based on commercial reasons. But once the wheels were set in motion, there was no turning back. The FIA had to evaluate applicants based on their predefined criteria, recommending those that met the requirements, even if it clashed with Formula One's stance. For Andretti, getting this far is already a noteworthy achievement, being the only candidate to meet the FIA's stringent entry criteria. The application process unfolds in 3 broad phases. First, there's the initial call for expressions of interest, which, as per the FIA, garnered considerable attention. From there, the list was narrowed down to 4 applicants who moved on to the second phase. Here, they were assessed on various fronts: sporting and technical capabilities, funding capacity for competitive participation, and their experience in human resources, among other factors. According to Ben Sulayem, Andretti had successfully met the established criteria and demonstrated their potential to bring added value to Formula One, which aligns with what Formula One has consistently stated that it's seeking, right? So could Formula One really turn Andretti away when they seem to check so many of the FIA's boxes? Well, the answer is yes. It's possible, and there could be valid reasons for it. However, it would certainly leave a negative impression. Formula One has been transparent about its stance. They've emphasized that for manufacturers committed to the 2026 engine regulations or backing projects, there's a high price of entry. Existing teams also maintain a consistent view that any new entrant must invest significantly and prove they can bring in substantial revenue, befitting everyone involved. With the sport talking up a commercial boom driven by American interest and the buzz that comes with a fresh team and drivers, Andretti Cadillac seems like a much-needed breath of fresh air. Formula One has been stuck in a predictable rut, and this new contender promises excitement, backed by serious names. On the other hand, there's a counter-argument. The existing smaller teams have weathered tough times, investing in Formula One even before its recent surge in popularity. They argue that they should take precedence over newcomers who might be looking to cash in on the sport's newfound success. While this perspective has its merits, it's a tough sell to those who see Formula One potentially turning down a well-supported American team with a strong racing history. If even a well-backed team like Andretti Cadillac doesn't get the green light, will fans ever see a new team as good enough to enter Formula One? It's a tough call for F1 to say no without raising eyebrows and harking back to the days of protecting self-interest over competition. Skepticism about Andretti's entry has been rooted in greed. Nobody wants to slice into an 11th piece, but Formula One's rules do allow for more teams. The governing body has rigorously evaluated the candidates and approved just 1 out of 4, indicating a high barrier to entry. If Formula One sticks to its guns and says no, the reasons must be crystal clear and rock solid. This isn't just about legal matters. It's also about how Formula One is perceived globally. If it's seen as an exclusive club, it could tarnish the sport's reputation. What criteria should a new team meet to join Formula One, and how can Formula One ensure its decisions are seen as fair and transparent? Formula One's financial stability relies on carefully selecting who gets a seat at the table, ensuring there's no room for fleeting, short-lived outfits reminiscent of the late 1980s. Clarity is key here. It's crucial to establish clear standards for evaluating new teams. The FIA hasn't provided much insight into why Andretti was accepted while others were rejected, but one thing is certain: the process is demanding, putting the ball squarely in Formula One's court. Formula One rightly expects new teams to contribute to the sport's value and growth, both on and off the track. These expectations are reasonable, but they've been somewhat hazy and undefined so far. This ambiguity has led some to believe it's more about safeguarding existing teams than fostering future growth. In today's world, Formula One can't afford to be seen this way. It's under the global spotlight. Within Formula One, there are differing views on whether teams like Andretti Cadillac truly meet the criteria of a genuine manufacturer-backed outfit. To the outside world, it certainly looks that way, especially when it comes to a giant like General Motors. How Formula One treats General Motors sets a precedent for all car companies eyeing entry into the sport. If they perceive that buying an existing team comes with a hefty price tag and a process that might appear predetermined, they might think twice about investing their time and money and securing a spot in Formula One's future. Formula One wields the power to say yes or no to Andretti Cadillac, but it cannot underestimate the broader implications of its decision and how it's communicated. This is why Andretti's journey extends beyond the final application phase, and Formula One's handling of this situation goes beyond mere procedural motions. So, what are your views on this? Please let us know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then we ask kindly that you do please give it a big thumbs up and share with all your friends and family so they can stay updated with all the latest racing news like you. And for more great amazing videos, please do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.